All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a show match today. This is going to be a very good show match given the two teams that we have. One is Ivaniox and Galaxy, and the other one is OnlyDark and Gangsta. So, okay, right now, let me see if everything is good. Let me just add one more scene just to make sure. Awesome. All right, so on the bottom left here we have Gangsta, and on the bottom right here we have Ivaniox. So I'm gonna do shift tab here, tab like this, also that we're set up. So it's really a top versus bottom game. Red team top right is OnlyDark. Definitely, I think a lot of people underestimate his, his prowess in 2v2, but he definitely did really well in 2v2 BSL, being one of the teams that knocked out, I believe, Napoleon and Dominic from the top bracket. So OnlyDark was with, I think, Galaxy. Was it actually? Let me think. Who was OnlyDark with? Yeah, it must have been Galaxy, or was Galaxy with Cousin? And anyways, OnlyDark was one of the members of the team that knocked out Napoleon and Dominic to the bottom bracket, in which Pro Ball and here eliminated that team. So definitely very strong. Ivaniox has been playing quite well recently as well with his weird builds, but he's a variety player, so he knows a lot from both 2v2, 1v1, 1v1 fastest, and yeah, definitely like to see what he has here to pull. Right now he's playing Protoss, which is right here. So sorry, let me just go back again. This is Terran. He's playing Terran. Interesting. So he has this quick SCV. So now let's get 2-gate from OnlyDark. Very aggressive, and the Terran has no wall, so generally, you put pressure on the Zerg just so that you float this direction. But right now, I think they're pressuring T. Ivaniox setting up a bunker here, which, if the Zealot walks through it, good hit. Nice, good pickup on his SCV. He's gonna walk through, but not much damage here. There's gonna be more reinforcements coming in, but it looks like right now a stream of Zerglings is gonna come in. And Ivaniox might be pressed to hold this. I mean, the bunker is in a bad position. Like, if they just walk through here, they might get a lot of SCVs being killed here. Never mind this bunker itself, without any SCVs to repair it, will go down if they go at it. So they're gonna go for it. Oh, are they gonna go for it? I think they pulled the trigger. They're gonna go right for it. And I don't think this is enough. It looks like there's gonna be enough to kill this bunker here. Okay, yeah. But is that worth it? It looks like it is. One more Marine left. Not much damage yet. Reinforcements coming in from Galaxy. Great body block here. Look at this body block. This is going to be the MVP for this game. Only one SCV going down. One bunker. A delayed academy. Eating up these reinforcements as well. I think OnlyDark is going to start pausing this. Wise call from Gangsta to go back. Canyon's not up yet, so looks like with this counter, Zerg could lose its expo here. So, with this reverse ramp, could be a little bit more sealed to get that ramp. Probe going down. That is huge because you want to have the ability to support your Zerg with cannons against this Marine medic combination here. So looking very bad for the red team. I don't think OnlyDark can hold here. A lot of Zerglings here. With a walk by here, if this is not totally sealed, will eliminate red. But looks like OnlyDark has tightly controlled that. Oh, great pickoffs here. Blue team here still has control, I think. Looking very, very sharp. Not much drones here. You got 8 drones off gas, but at the same time here, this is mass. So he correctly identifies that right now you don't really need to go into mute or anything like that. Let's just stabilize, get some map control, and wait for the MMs to come up. Oh, great slip through, making sure that the Zealots, when they move by, are able to go through. Oh man, this is looking bad by the moment. But will Terran hold this? Because this counter will take down Terran potentially. Yep. I still think it's not really a good enough trade here. Because, you know, Protoss is totally dead here. And, yeah, it might be just a blue victory when this counter gets cleaned up. Got some little tripped up Zealots here. Gangsta falling down. Calling GG. Left the game. Yeah, that's just not enough damage on Terran. It'd be a 2v1. Red Gangsta. GG's as well. 1-0 for Ivaniox and Galaxy. Very, very quick win. Alright, just 1 second. Let me just change the name of the... Oh, let me get in. OnlyDark and... So that was game 1. The red clan looks like, you know, falling a little bit behind. I didn't really like that push out to try and kill T there. Either it was a bad control of Zerglings or it was just a bad decision in general. Just not enough. Not enough there because the trade against, you know, the bunker wasn't good, and then the Lings came in from blue, basically just cleaning up the Zealots. So not a really good trade. Okay, let's go into game number 2. Gonna try to cast a little bit better here. Top right we have Gangsta. I'm sorry, OnlyDark. Bottom right we have Gangsta. Bottom left here we have Ivaniox, and top left we have Galaxy. You know, I love Galaxy's play here. Oftentimes I see him like backstabbing. He has really good sense of when to counter. A very solid player as well. I think he's from Mexico. Thing is, like, you know, Galaxy is a variety gamer, it seems like. He doesn't always play StarCraft, but when he's on, he knows how to dominate. Overlord moving left. So they will scout, the Zerg will scout the Protoss, and this Overlord will scout this Protoss around here. So it's a ZP versus ZP game. Looks like Ivaniox does not send the first probe out, which is generally advised in ZP versus ZP. You kind of know what the Protoss will do. It'll be like a 2-gate open, because a 1-gate really leaves itself open to Zergs. You know, quick Zerglings. So if you let them have sort of the momentum of bringing the Zealots out and the Zerglings, it's really difficult 2v1 either the Zerg or the Protoss. So it looks like, you know, OnlyDark suggesting something about a canyon. I don't know about that. That canyon build, I think, requires, you know, a lot of kind of coordination, because you'll be losing some map control to the Protoss, which will expand, and you will try to win the air against the Zerg by building Corsairs and giving your Zerg canyons. I find as a Protoss player that to be a much, you know, tougher build. So it looks like they're going 2-gate open here, 2-gate open here as well. I like the faster pylon. Sometimes this unblocks you, so the fact that you didn't send that first probe early allows you to kind of do that, as well as pop out the Zealot, and then the 2 and the 3rd Zealot comes in time as well. So great start from Ivaniox from a flow perspective. I think as a player you understand, like, sometimes you're just feeling in the groove, doesn't mess up your build order. The first Zealot pops out here. Med, you know, once advised me, never sit on your ramp, especially that first Zealot. I know it kind of seems daunting if, you know, the Zerg might go 9-pull, but your Zerg ally should also be kind of on the map. But it looks like they're opting to not do it. So it looks like, you know, he's going to play defensive here. He's going to try to set up his... no, he's not. There's no help at all. And he's going right for the layer. Very risky build, I think, from the Zerg P team, where this hasn't been moved out. And this Zerg has no sunken up yet. I think this gives you the control. So, like, even if they're able to just seal or put pressure on this layer, Zerg does a really good job of just isolating one person to clean up either this or doing substantial damage when they attack 2v1 on this before this can help. So it looks like the 3 Zealots here are going to not help and just kind of seal this Zerg in, or at least counter. But, you know, I'm not sure if this is good. This is enough. This will be a good trade at least when it was on the ramp, but it doesn't look like it killed many Zerglings, maybe 1 or 2. Great micro by Galaxy. So far looking really, really good for the blue team again. This is another thing where, you know, you start your cybernetics core, you want to have that gas on pretty much as soon as it completes, because you're really going to be starved of gas. If you look at here, like, you have 3 gateways, you know, only 50 gas. This is a trick on the ZVP is really just making sure you get that gas started and being collected. So you got 6 Zealots here, 7 Zealots. This is something that Ottawa always advises. You want to have 7 Zealot count as a timing to push on a layer Z. So 7 Zealots allows you to just, you know, comfortably push while also starting your Dragoon count. He's asking for a back, but I think as Protoss, I like to do this 2, just to make sure that, you know, it keeps them honest. At least, you know, starts with the sunken, and as well, like, killing this Spire, this 600 life Spire. Could be game ending. Goes down. Oh my god, that reminds me of the game where Proval put his Spire right over here. Lost that Spire. Definitely could be game ending, especially with the Spire being completed from Galaxy. With this Protoss here, you know, this Spire is right nicely tucked in, so this can be drone drilled. So you gotta do something soon, I think. OnlyDark, you gotta recognize it. You gotta poke in to make sure that potentially sees that there's only one sunken. So if you see there's only one sunken here, 2 sunkens here, definitely has delayed this Zerg a lot more. Like, you want to be able to, you know, ooh, really get it. 2 very hurt mutas, but I just don't think that's enough. The Spore will probably be up in time, but it's totally out of position. This creep, if that's gonna go into a Spore here. Yeah. Wonder if he's gonna make another one. He's gonna make another to protect the drones here. He doesn't even protect the gas. Here we got a 2v1 on OnlyDark. Not looking good. Oh, every goon count matters here. Ivaniox showing up his massive army, pushing this Protoss down. We gotta get some shield battery on. Gotta be some massive hold here, but looks like this will be it. Wow, just a 3 drone goons pop out, but when they are overwhelmed, these goons barely trade. So GG again, very dominating, showing themselves as true masters of ZP versus ZP as well. Good call from Ivaniox to go in, at least make that second sunk, at least kill that Spire down, put your Zerg in the advantage. I think OnlyDark played well, but like, when you don't have a Zerg that complements your Zealots with at least initial few Lings, I find that to be extremely hard to do something, because you're always going to be in a 1v2 position, and if you lose your early Spire, it's just GG. Like, I think having those extra 6 Lings, at least to tangle in the middle, maneuver a little, you know, do something with that, like, very important. Okay, so we're gonna go into game number 3 here. This is a best of 7 series, so looking for a more elongated game here, especially since the prizes were upped a little bit here in this show match. So I really want to see OnlyDark and you know, Gangsta kind of respond to this and do something a little different, because it looks like, you know, they've been playing a little bit too risky here, you know, doing things that don't let them elongate into the, you know, middle of the game, either attacking Terran, which you know, you do see that sometimes. It reminds me of like Wave. He likes to kind of harass the Terran with Zealots, or you know, you see Dry Tongue do that too, sending his Zealots into the Terran base. But it is a gamble, right? Like, you know, some Terrans leave their bases a little bit empty, like, you know, Gargoyle does that a lot. You know, some Terrans go tech heavy with, you know, upgrades right away with vessel, super fast vessel. So you do have to watch for those players, but not too sure that, you know, those were the right calls in game 1. And game 2 is just, yeah, like I think, you know, you have to kind of put some pressure in ZP, or provide some defense and be defensive. And I think they were neither or. Like, you know, they weren't aggressive enough to get the other opponent's Zerg to, you know, put that second sunk down or do some damage on the drones. So they put a lot of pressure on Gangsta to both defend and get that Spire up and win air. So yeah, so you really can't win air if you receive pressure, and if you don't give pressure to other Zerg, then you're gonna lose that too, and then it kind of just spirals, right? You saw that 2v1 in the map there. Ivaniox probably didn't have more goons than OnlyDark, but it's just from a timing perspective, it was just 2v1, able to kind of really crush them. So looks like we're waiting for Fliz here. I don't see Fliz, but let me just check Discord to see if he has said anything. Nope, he hasn't said anything. So we do have a recording, so maybe I should suggest to them. So it looks like Hellscream's here to join as an observer. But guys, again, if you're new here, this is game number 3 of a show match, best of 7, sponsored by Slon, aka Grey Goose, aka Flizzardo. Many AKAs because he plays with many names, including I don't even know. There's just so many. It looks like here we will see ZP versus ZR. I do want to see a ZZ or a ZT again. So we're just waiting for Flizzardo. We're just gonna wait for Zardo and OnlyDark, and then we'll get game 3 started. Looks like game 3 is going to start here. We got some very interesting two teams. Want to see actually OnlyDark and Gangsta kind of put more of a fight in. This is a Python map here. Red team here, cross match, red, blue, red, blue. Looks like it's going to be a ZP versus ZP again. I think what will be important is ensuring that you don't go and help your other Zerg ally. This will be a counter map. The distances between the two are very close. The air battle will be very important here. given the distance here. Kind of reminds me of a game I had with Zerg, where Zerg was able to punish this Zerg. Yeah, so you got to make sure that you do that pressure from this Protoss to this Zerg, and from this Zerg to this Zerg. So actually, I'm a little crazy here, saying it was ZP versus ZP. It's actually ZZ versus ZP. It's gonna be a 1 gate open. To be honest, I like the canyon build where you give a cannon to your ally. I mean, this canyon build essentially gives your ally protection to really win ground, but also gives you more time to really get that 7 Corsairs, because you're more comfortable with this ally being secure and you're being more secure. So you have, you know, your 7 Corsair before you need to move out. The trick is, like, you'll be a little bit later with the move out, so, and a little later with your Corsair. So, you know, sometimes defending against that early Muta attack is going to be key. But with this 1 gate variant, you got to hold this early ramp against a potential 9 pool. So you see the Lings out, you got the Zealot out. No, you can't go. Come on, that's crazy. Okay, so maybe it was just a miss move here. Guts would be back at the ramp, stuff the ramp with, you know, two probes, but he sees us going in this direction. Oh, he loses the probe. So he's going in this direction, which, you know, he stuffed the ramp, make sure that he's not there. Zergling streaming across. So this is good for the Protoss because, you know, you're pretty comfortable with these 2 Zealots. The 3rd Zealot potentially coming out here. It looks like they'll start trading. But this is really good still. Like, I don't think, you know, as Protoss, you can hold this as long as you continue to, you know, pump Zealots. Because this Zerg will come out with his units. It might slow down the Corsair a little, but you can see, like, this guy's going mass as well. So one of the issues here is going too fast of a Stargate. So you want to really kind of know whether this guy is doing, you know, mass or spire. So if you don't see a layer, this is sort of like an all-in. So you got to make sure that you put some cannons up. So Scan, you know, saw no layer once, and he told me, you know, cannons. Give him cannons, right? And he went, I think, layer right as well. But yeah, that was a game that I played with Scan, and I was East Hampton. Gave him some canyons, which allowed them to kind of tech up as well. So it might be a little different game, but recognizing that this is mass and this is mass, I would not build 2 Stargates yet. I think the Forge here is good because you just don't want to die. I think you are ahead with that +1. You got to get the cannons up. Yeah, you got to get the cannons up. Because the Zerg could have Hydras soon. But it looks like there's no Hydras. This is going to be all mass Lings, which is going to be super interesting. In that case, like, if you see no layer, no Hydras, I generally just do Templar tech, because it's almost like that tech where you give the you get more map control with the DT. Oh, great counter. Is this Galaxy? Who is this? This is Ivaniox. Putting that pressure in. Oh, this could be too many Zerglings. Even if they come back. Yeah, this is going to be fatal. Again, I think the red team might not just be comfortable, might not be comfortable with like some of the weird builds of this ZZ team. With both Zergs going mass, there's a lot of pressure. I mean, like, your only advantage really was the ramp and that one sunken. And now that you lose it, and your pool will go down, this needs to be ground. This needs to be ground. And it is ground. It's going to be too late, though. Oh, will it catch it? Oh, he's going to catch it. Oh, this is very bad. Very, very bad. Gotta get that pool up and make sure that you sunk right away. But if they keep on sending lings and trading it, not gonna be good at all either. These lings need to be over here. You need to keep on sending, because every ling that dies cannot be rebuilt right now. Wow. That, they must be feeling like super dick energy to just keep on sending this. It's like 3, 4, 5 hatch, all lings. Yeah, you didn't even, did he even kill a single Zealot? This could have killed Zerg. Look at Zerg. There's only like a couple more Zerglings left. Yeah, this looks like a fatal attack from the blue team. I don't think these Zealots will do anything. It looks like it's going to be 3-0. Yeah, these Zealots need to like do substantial damage here. But look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But those are drones. Come on, let's see them. Oh, these are all drones. But just not enough Zealots. 4 Zealots? Gotta send these as well. This is your all in. Is there gonna be a timing with these Zealots? Now that your Zerg ally is pretty much dead, with no pool. Okay, looks like Gangsta thinks it's GG. Yeah, like I don't think this is enough here. Yeah, like their only way might have been to potentially DT this. Oh, juicy overlords if you have the Corsairs here. Where are the Corsairs? But looks like it's going to be a hold. And a lot of this is going to fizzle out. You're really facing against a Zerg like Ivaniox, which is a top tier Zerg in my opinion, with, you know, someone that can go up to like 300 APM, a lot of multitasking, if you ever watch the stream, and Galaxy, which is a Zerg player as well. So both of these are actually true Zerg players. Ivaniox is a good P player as well, but I think his Zerg is probably up there. So yeah, I think this is a little too late, and he lost his timing with his +1 speed Zealots. I think the TT move to go over here might have been better. There's like no overlords. The DT could have went in. Then the Zealots would have cut catastrophic damage here as well. But there's just too many units. Like if you look at the count 61 to 63, 3 bases versus 1 base. And this Zerg is gonna explode with Hydras. So this game 3 looks like it will again go to the blue team, but they need to execute and actually earn their win. And this is a game that I understand, even though you know the team realizes that OnlyDark is in a bad position. You know, this is a show match with money on the line. You gotta put some effort into, you know, going all in or finding a timing. The thing about the Python map, like he says, 1 over to the island. The Python map island allows you to get back into the game when you don't have map control, which I like. But you do have this expo, so I don't know if it's something where you would go to that 3rd base expo with a shuttle. Because that could be a way, like potentially trying to hold maybe any attack with storms. But it looks like he's going to go out. He's going to try to kill Ivaniox, but that's just too many Sunkens. We've got like a Sim City as well. And this combination just isn't good against this Sunk. You gotta get some goons here. Oh my god. Oh, he's crazy. It reminds me of like the campaign where you got those Zealots coming down to fight against the Zerg. Looks like it's doing extremely well, but like look at it, the army is quickly thinning out, and as the army comes to reinforce and help, and this pops out, like the drones themselves might be able to hold this. So yeah, so there's just not enough here. We got some reinforcing Zealots, but just not enough. And the Hydras will start coming in. +1 carapace on Ivaniox, which is going to be a beast, given he went 5 hatcheries. Gangsta taps out as a Zerg ally. So does OnlyDark. GG. 3-0 for the Galaxy and Ivaniox team. Yeah, I mean, like, if I were to think about it, you know, I would have, as a betting man, I would have bet Ivaniox and Galaxy. Just simply because I know them better. But I didn't know that they would win 3-0 like this. Like, it looks like they have this other red team's number. Would love to see a bit more of a, you know, back and forth. But right now, it just seems like they have the strategy on pat and the game sense very well down on reading the other team and countering it. So it looks like my game's not really showing up on Battle.net right now, but we will wait and see if we can get into game number 4. All right, game number 4. Galaxy and Ivaniox are up 3-0. So Gangsta and OnlyDark are on the ropes of being eliminated in this best of 7 series. You don't want to be that team that gets 4-0, known to be kind of swept. Yeah, you don't want to be the Lakers against the OKC, or you don't want to be like the potential Cleveland Cavaliers against the New York Knicks. Like you want to at least have one game under your belt, right? Because like if you have one game, maybe you're the 2018 Cleveland Cavaliers, right? Coming back against Golden State Warriors. You gotta have at least one game under your belt. Feel that you can kind of take one game from the other team. So blue Ivaniox is Zerg. Same thing with Galaxy. We get a ZZ versus ZP. Again, would love to get them to identify that if it's double Z with double mask, Zerg, you cannot get out, right? You cannot be like big dicking it with only one sunken to protect against your ram, because that's really, if you think about it, that's all that protects your lanes against all their masks. So you'll be 2v1 with one sunken. That's like crazy, right? Like even as Protoss, you'll be putting up canyons and zealots here. So I mean, in a way, like the zealot army with the drone drill could potentially be a little bit more defensive, pumping out zealots to reinforce that one canyon. They'll know not to move out, right? Like you can't move out like that. So as Zerg, you can't move out with your Zerglings as well, at least until there's more time for the Protoss to at least get DT out or Corsairs, whatnot. So I think the Zerg there in the game number 3 was just a little bit too hasty in coming out. So it looks like the Zerg is going to pop out some early lings here. Nothing on gas though. So I think these lings here will go into a mass game as well. So this time there's going to be a layer on this direction. So the one gas gate is perfect. The links coming across. Oh my god. Will this go in here? Why not? Where's it going? Why are you helping your Protoss ally? He can hold. So you got to, as red team, you got to trust your ally. Like as a Protoss player, unless you get like speed quicker than this guy and you have one sunken here, your goal is to sometimes pressure this Muta and slow this down, because this guy will not have any ground forces. Looks like it was a trick though. He took it off gas. Don't see any spire yet. So looks like he decided to opt for Expo hatch. So potentially that will mean that, oh, it looks like a slow. So you put the forge first before the cybernetics core here. So he's playing a little extra safe. But you would think that this build would be more suitable for game number 3 when both of these were non-layer Zergs, right? So he says forge before, but like it is a fast +1. So you might be looking for like a timing to move with his zealots out. So there is a timing where you can move this with, I think, 5 zealots. This is like the Dream Tube timing, where the Zerg has a timing as well, and you move out with the Zerg initial early zealots. I'll have to review the replay on when he told me to send the zealots out, but there is a timing here as well. But as it looks, this spire will be up, and it looks like you might not even kill one overlord. Yeah, this is too much. Like your goal here is to win air, and you will not be winning air when this goes to gas and basically no sunken. So potentially this Zerg here can even kill you with no canyons to support you. So you gotta make sure that you win air first before you do any of this ground jazz. Like it's just too much. Because these Zealots, if you lose air, cannot kill Muta, and neither can he. And that makes this Zerg so comfortable, right? Because you can't harass this Zerg overlords, which means that this Zerg will actually grow bigger than your Zerg in ground. So you lose ground and you lose air. So your first job as Protoss, I think, is not to win ground, because this guy is layer. It's very different from game number 3. So this is going a bad direction for red team again. He has this evolution chamber up, but this guy has zero sunken. And this is 1 sunken here. Doesn't even have the hatch here. So when the mutas come, you won't even have this ramp. Like, are you going to win air and help defend the ramp here? And I think the answer is no. So these mutas are shortly going to very dominate. As you see, this one muta here is going to bring this in, and this hatch. Oh my god. So you're going to lose the ramp here. He's going to move back. These Zerglings will go up. And with 1 Stargate production, I wouldn't feel comfortable against 3 gas Zerg. This is going to be crazy. And you're moving out with 4 Corsairs, so you really can't fight anything with the Scourges out, because you need to have at least 7 Corsairs. Oh my god, not even stacked. You're gonna lose these Corsairs. Oh my god, no! Oh my god, no! Oh, that's GG. That's GG. That's GG. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're doing too much here. As OnlyDark. I think his strength as OnlyDark is ZP versus ZP. He's saying Corsair, but he has no Corsairs. He has 1 Corsair, which will never get up to the critical mass here. And as I said, like, these Zealots will not do anything, especially against like good Zergs that will just run their drones, make you walk around the park and lose those Zealots for free. Which basically these 3 Zealots will be. Like, they managed to kill 1 drone, 2 drones. And this blue Zerg will shortly actually dominate this red Zerg as well. But he's doing what he can. I mean, he's rallying his Corsairs, but like, there's just gonna be more mutas. He's not even microing. He doesn't even need to do anything against +1. He's got his 1 Corsair, and then you just can't fight. You can't send them 1 by 1. You have to stack. You gotta wait to have critical mass, because that's when you actually can use the neutron flare to splash damage these stuff and really take them down quicker. GG called 4-0 for the Ivaniox and Galaxy. Well done, guys. Well earned. Good job. It looks like, you know, you can take that money for lunch today. Treat yourself to some hot pho or some sushi. I know Terrors took his prize money for some omakase. Actually, that was someone else. Terrazu went and bought a RAM stick, I think, for StarCraft. So that's why, you know, he's been diligent probably in the last month or so, every so often playing StarCraft. Got a new RAM, and yeah, it looks like 4-0 for Ivaniox and Galaxy. Good job, guys. We'll be posting this show match into YouTube because that's the way it is. Like, if you are participating in a show match, sometimes this might go into the annals of history. You know, where previously it was libraries, YouTube is going to be the new library for StarCraft matches. Thanks for watching, and see you guys around.